Hi, welcome to another Hotel Tales What's Your Story chat series. Today we will be talking with Pauline Chua, a Malaysian from Penang who is now based in Bangkok. Pauline has been in the hospitality industry for the past 26 years, and she started working as a public relations manager at a 4-star hotel in Kuala Lumpur. She later joined Sunway Hotels in Penang as its executive assistant manager in 2005. In 2008, she moved into the role of general manager at the Navite Resort in Fiji for 4 years, and then moved on to Papua New Guinea. She is currently the general manager of the Eastin Hotel in Makkasan, Bangkok, and her passion in this industry is to give her guests a level of satisfaction they will always remember while staying with her hotel. And also, she desires to maintain a high standard team of personnel. We will chat with her today on the duties of housekeeping staff. Let's find out what is Pauline's story. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome to another series of Hotel Tales What's Your Story chat series. Today we have Pauline Chua with us. Pauline is a very, very adventurous lady. She has worked in many places, many interesting places like Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and now she's in Bangkok. She is now the general manager of Eastin Hotel in Bangkok. Welcome, Pauline, to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Hanley. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, today, Pauline, we are going to talk a little bit about the role of housekeeper. You know, housekeeping is a very important role in the hotel. And housekeeping staff, more often than not, they are really the hotel's unsung heroes. I think you can agree with that. Yeah, they work tirelessly behind the scenes to make the guest room clean and spotless. Not only the guest room, even the public areas. What qualities do you look for in a person when you hire a housekeeper?
Most important is the housekeeper, how she leads. So usually when I want to interview the housekeeper or the assistant, I would actually want to study is her quality first. Usually I would see the background, where she comes from where she started. Usually these housekeeper, they are actually from they started from a very low ranking, where they come up from the public area and then they move up from a maid and then climb their way through. And usually you get this housekeeper, they are, I would say, very experienced ones. Now we have to check is how detailed they are. First and foremost is the way they present themselves when they actually have the interview, from top to toe, how well they groom themselves. Now, this could be, is always the first sight that we want to see in them. But they would want to explain to us is how, I would say the word, how detailed they are in every aspect that they do in terms of their job given in terms of housekeeping.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, they must first start from their personal grooming. If personally they cannot groom themselves, they are not tidy, they don't smell good. So it is unlikely that they can lead a team of housekeeping people to do the same, right? So I think that's right. Pauline, when each housekeeper, typically in a city hotel, how many rooms do they make in a day?
Well, if it's running on a normal occupancy, we are talking about like my place. At the moment right now, I have 278 rooms. Okay, I have almost close to, including public area, and the whole entire team is about 40 over people. Usually per person, their rooms, they clean the room per person is almost close to 14 to 15 rooms per day.
Yeah, but that seems to be the norm actually, between 14, 15 for a city hotels, about let's say 35 square meter kind of a of a room.
Yes,
Yeah?
correct.
I think
correct.
that's about the number. Yeah. But
Yes.
Pauline, tell us, how do you measure that already made up room has been cleaned up to your standard? You are the general manager there. You have certain standards. Not only that, I'm sure your hotel group have certain standards set. How do you
Yes.
ensure that this made up room is already up to these standards?
Okay, way before this staff where they are hired already, every now and then we actually have a training for them, where the quality assurance has to follow according to our QA, meaning that we will train them every now and then. People can be forgetful, especially when you're rushing for time. You forget to take this, you forget to do this, and things like that. But we ensure that every couple of months we refresh their memories, and our housekeeper has to do training every now and then. So to ensure how the room is being clean and to our standard is that besides the housekeeper and the supervisors to check the rooms after the rooms is done, my front office manager also will take a walk and also to ensure that the room is up to our standard. And of course, we have tablets where they would actually needs to fill up every month how many rooms they have actually do a spring cleaning. So it is a list that they have to actually follow.
Right. So I think really you are right. There is no shortcut to operation.
No shortcut.
It is all about training, and more training. And
Yes.
of course, inspection is important.
Correct.
Pauline,
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
Basically, after the rooms has been cleaned and everything, of course the supervisor will go in and release the room. But we always have a surprise check. It could be even myself will do a surprise check. But in our hotel, we do have a QA. So the QA can just randomly go into any of the rooms to check.
Okay.
That's how we do. Yeah.
Maybe you want to share with our audience a little secret, because I'm sure when we talk about housekeeping, the audience always have in mind, the public usually have in mind that even bath towels, clean white bath towels, sometimes are being used by housekeeping maids to wipe the floor, wipe the toilet bowls, the wash basin, and all that, right? So how do you ensure that these staff, number one, don't do that, and that the room, or rather the towels that they use to wipe their body is totally clean?
That I can give you assurance is because that every of our maids, the push carts have different colors of towels. Okay, particular one color will be for only the toilet bowl. Okay, particularly another color will only meant for the basin. Another particular color is meant for cleaning the tops and everything. Well, our bath towels and everything, once the checkout room, they will actually have to remove everything out. So there's no towels inside. So the push carts that they have, the housekeeping carts that they have, will have all the same standards inside where they have to use it. So which color used for which area, even to the toilet bowl inside and everything. We will never purchase any of the towels nor the bath mats or the hand towels.
Very
so
good.
The color codes are the one that actually determine and also to teach our maid what to use.
Yeah, so that's very assuring, Pauline.
Yes.
It's very assuring to guests that towels that they use to wipe their body isn't used to wipe the toilet bowls and everything else in the bathroom. Yeah. One last question I have for you, Pauline, which is I think very interesting and also a very sometimes difficult question, because housekeeping staffs are usually the first suspects when guests lose something in the room, because they enter the rooms, right?
Yes.
And this is very demoralizing, of course, for the affected staff, because you have to question them, you get security to ask them what did they do in the room and all that. What can a manager do, such as yourself, to minimize such instances?
Usually when there's a guest that complains about something, the first thing they will always say is housekeeping. That I can tell you is a wrong thing to say. So to me, I always would ask the front desk, once they receive such a report, will go through the CCTV first, because every floor of ours has a CCTV. So by looking at the CCTV and also the time that was given to us, we would know who actually went into the room. So what we do is, from that report, we will call the actual person that actually walks in. Sometimes it's the guests that actually forgotten where they put their things, and they put the blame to the housekeeping, or even any of the guests, any of the staff that actually thinks that they think that actually walks in. But it's actually the mistake of the guest sometimes, I would say. So what we do is we will go through our CCTV first. We would not call in any staff first till we get the actual time.
Right. I totally agree with you, Pauline. I mean, my years of being in the hotel, I've also come across many times where the guest claims that they have lost something, and more often than not, they have misplaced it themselves.
Correct.
Of course, the easiest thing to do is really to blame the housekeeping staff, because they are the ones obviously who have entered the room. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much for spending this time with us, Pauline. We appreciate your time and your advices, because it is very useful for all the audiences, especially our new hoteliers that is coming into this industry, to understand a little bit about the background of the hotel. So I want to wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hanley.
Thank you very much, and thank you for participating in this Hotel Tales What's Your Story chat series. We are talking to Pauline Chua. She is the General Manager of Eastin in Bangkok. Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you, Mr. Hanley.